People die on the street every single day. This is sad, but it's true. You may question why I start with this. Because today I want to show you an example of how communicating with data helps us have a better policy about road safety, which brings us, hopefully, a better and a safer life. But before we start, let me tell you a little bit about myself. My name is Gigi. I'm based in Bangkok, Thailand, and work with my folks in a data studio called Pancha. What we do is try to make sense of social relating data and turn them into stories to bring impactful conversation, also added with awesome design. Back to the point. It's undeniable that road accident happens everywhere in your city and also mine. In my country, so many media and public agencies have worked for a long time in campaigning to stop dangerous and careless driving, but the casualty and mortality rates don't go down that much. It might be caused by different factors, but one thing I know for sure is we need an alternative solution. So, in collaboration with Thailand Future, an evidence-based policy platform in Thailand, we try to dig into the data about road accidents, develop an evidence-based policy recommendation, and communicate with policymakers and also to the public who might already be bored with reckless driving campaigns that similarly happened for over a decade. We began with analyzing the casualty and mortality rates to see when, where, and why they happen. The thing that surprised me the most is that many accidents during the past 10 years happened at almost exactly the same location, even in different months and years. People could be careless, but there should be something if everyone made the same mistake at the same place. So we zoom out a little bit and we see some patterns that those accidents deal with the road infrastructure and also some law enforcement. We also questioned the data in other aspects and found other interesting insights that could be developed into the solutions. For example, mapping the death rate with festive times, which the government always focus on monitoring the road safety. We found it's true, but not that true. Many accidents rarely happen during the festive time, but they also took place in other seasonal periods of the year, like the beginning of the rainy season. We decided to show and tell those findings with interactive data story to communicate with the public and also turn them into a bite-sized policy playbook for the local government. We also add a little bit of emotional data to convince them that this is a really big problem of our country. We visualize the stolen years of Thai people who lost their lives on the road during the past decade, showing the time they should have spent with their friends, their families, and their future if road safety has been effectively improved. And we also ended this story with some call to action, sharing and sending your voice to your local government. We have soft launched this project and got positive feedback from the public and policymakers. We can see more different conversations about the road safety, like policy and law enforcement can be smarter if we use data and information technology apart from only traditional campaigning. More local government also start to take an action, and we do hope it leads to some real changes on our roads in the long term. We know by heart that data always says something, but we need to help communicate it to make it loud enough and be heard by the people we want them to hear. I couldn't overclaim that these changes happen in our society. It happened only from our data communication, but I believe it has its own power. At least it helps create some meaningful conversation in our society. So I hope this could be an idea or at least an inspiration for your future project in communicating with data to have our better and safer life and society. Thank you.